Hey y'all, it's June the 13th, 2015. Now recently I've been trying to be more outgoing. It's become a little hobby of mine to ask people questions that I already know what their answer is going to be. I find it very entertaining to me. I feel like you probably will too. It's pretty fun to do. I encourage you to go try. Um, that being said, I was walking to the Easy Mart on the corner of Les Harrison. I don't think it's Les Harrison. I think it's Waybridge and Bowens Crossing. I was going to get some water, so I was very thirsty at the time. And when I walked down Bowens Crossing to get to the Easy Mart, I noticed and I was reminded of the election because I noticed that there were signs. You know how they had the signs by the school say, "Yeah, come in, vote here, vote here, vote here," and they have all these signs say, "Vote here." I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the last day of the election for the mayor of San Antonio, the runoff election." So I kind of got in the spirit. I was like, "Hey man, this is my hobby, going around asking people uh, questions, and I already know what their answer is gonna be, but I asked them so that they tell me what I already know that they're gonna say. It's pretty fun, and also you'll feel like a psychic. So that's why I encourage you to do it. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, I went to the Easy Mart, picked up my container of water, a 2.5 gallon container of water, 'cause I was very thirsty. Um, thing is, it's mad expensive at the convenience store. You're way better off going to the grocery store, but I was too tired to do that. So I picked up my $4 and something cents container of water, take it up to the cashier, and I say, "Hey, how's it going?" And, it's so good. I say, "Hey, are you excited about the election today?" And before I could even finish the question, I was actually pretty impressed by her answer. Now, I know pretty much for a fact that, most of the people that you ask questions about something politically, especially in San Antonio, they're not going to know a damn thing about anything. All right? But even still, I was proud of her because even before I finished the question, she said, "No, I don't care." And I said, "Whoa, all right." I was like, "Man, that's great. Neither do I. I really don't care either." What I'm saying, we continued the conversation, and she just basically told me how she's having to work the graveyard shift tonight. She had all that coming up, and then also she had to help her ex-boyfriend move today. On top of that, and that kind of warmed my heart, man. I was like, she kind of got some more respect points from me during the conversation. I said, "Man, that's wonderful. God, you got to work the graveyard shift and you're helping your ex-boyfriend today move." And she was like, "Yeah, I love him. What can I say? I got to do it." And I said, "You know what? That's wonderful. You have a good day." And I walked out with a pretty big smile on my face. And anyways, I went back. Hold on one second. Here's the water I bought. I'm thirsty. But I went back to the school, and where the voting was taking place, obviously just was abysmal. Nobody was there. There was 3 cars there. And it was quite obvious, even before entering, that the 3 cars belonged to the people running the voting station. Sorry about that. And, you know what I'm saying? That shit was pathetic. It was probably about a little bit after 10 o'clock in the morning. And I'm talking about nobody was there. I mean, all up and down the street, there's people and it's lively. It's a Saturday morning and stuff. There's people all up at the pool having a great time. There's people all up and down the street going to yard sales. There's people all over the place doing all sorts of things. Not a single person was even looking in the direction of the voting booths, all right? The voting booths, literally, it looked like the funeral service for an old, dirty, perverted bum who died from Ebola. Like, literally, I mean, there was tumbleweeds just floating across the parking lot and everything. So I was very entertained by this. And I go into the voting place looking to ask some questions, which I already knew the answers to. You know what I'm saying? So I go up in there, I'm like, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm the only one there, obviously. Everybody's excited to see me. And one of the ladies, there's two older ladies and an older man. One of the ladies is like, are you ready to vote? I said, no, I'm not going to vote. Um, and she said, are you not registered? And I said, yes, I am registered. You know what I'm saying? I could vote right now if I wanted to. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't really go too much further than that. You know, I told her I researched the candidates already. You know, there's no difference between. Don't none of the candidates have anything worth saying or worth listening to, for that matter, at all, at all, at all. In fact, they're all friends and work colleagues, and the only thing that they ever even say that could possibly be worth listening to is the mudslinging that they've done on the commercials and stuff on the television that I don't watch. I'd say all that, but pretty much, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to vote. I was just here to check up on y'all. And then I asked them, I was like, you know, how many people have voted today and stuff? And one lady was like, 12. And then the other lady was like, hey, and she kind of bumped. She's like, oh yeah, 13. So yeah, there's a total of 13 people voted. Now I'm guaranteeing you, 12 out of the 13 at least were over the age of um, 55. I have no way of knowing that, but I do know that. I know that for a fact. Then I proceeded and asked them, I was like, you know, who are y'all? Who are y'all voting for? And um, they kind of hesitated, and the older gentleman, he said to me, you know, we're not actually allowed to tell you who we voted for. And I thought about it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it to them, but I thought about it in my head, and I was like, wow, you're not allowed to tell a person who asked you directly, who already told you they have no interest in voting at all. They're clearly registered to vote, and yet and still have no interest in it, and ask you directly who you're voting for. You're not allowed in America to tell that person who you'd vote for. And, you know, I mean, even before I asked the question, I already knew what the answer was going to be, and that's why I asked the question. You know, pretty soon, if I can afford to get a chest camera or something to like document it, it's pretty hilarious. It is pretty hilarious, and I would like to share that with y'all and stuff. But that's pretty much how that went. I asked them, you know, when's the voting booths close, and they said 7 o'clock tonight. I told them, you know, I might be back in the area later. If so, I'm gonna come check back up on y'all. So if I do come check back up on them, you know, I'll be sure to tell y'all about it and how it went and everything. But anyways, um, that's pretty much a summary of the mayoral election of San Antonio 2015 between Ivy Taylor and Leticia Vanderpoot. Basically the same exact person, except one's getting diabetes, the other one's got horse teeth. Anyways, it's June the 13th, 2015.